So, man, on this episode of the Trevor Jackson podcast, I got my guy Michael McBath on the show. He debuting his album, Girl, Getting in Relationships Lost. And, man, I'm just appreciative to have you on the show, my brother. For
I
real.
appreciate it, man, dude. It's an honor to be here. Like, for real, it's an honor. I've been checking out all your podcasts, the Two Brother podcasts. I checked out your one last night, the Sports Talk. That was good, man, especially coming into the weekend. It's an honor to be here, man.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So, play a little bit more of that song. Let the people hear that song and talk to us about that record you playing, now.
All right, yeah, so this record right here is called Love. It's called Life and Love. Basically, I played all the instruments on it. I wrote the song. Shout out to my dude, Nelly Jerry, for recording the vocals, but I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can tell I got real instrumentation on that song right
now. Yeah. That ain't no just no little Casio keyboard now that the
no
or Fruity Loops.
No, that's straight up real instruments. Only thing that was really kind of a MIDI instrument was the strings, but the drums, from the acoustic to the percussion, everything in there I played live. The piano I played live, everything.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So, like, talk to the people and talk to me, and I just want to know what's the inspiration behind the album, family.
So the inspiration behind the album, as you stated, so the title of the album is Going in Relationships Lost. So, you know, everybody, including myself, we've had probably more than one relationship.
Yeah.
And whether it's been like a friendship or something where we thought it was like true love or whatever, we went into that thing lost. Well, I know I did personally. I ain't gonna speak for nobody else. So I ain't gonna put that on everybody.
Right.
But, you know, you went into it lost. Like, I always tell people, like, whoever you was with previously before, they took a piece of you that you'll never get back. So when you lay down in bed with that person, you already done gave them something you will never get back. So
yeah,
you got to just find yourself. So this album is built around that. So it's just about speaking. It's about men being vulnerable to their masculinity. It's about women also being vulnerable and at the same time being masculine at the same time. Yeah. So it's, you know, vice versa.
Oh, so you would agree with me on something? I had something I was telling one of my partners about. Do you think that men and women have feminine and masculinity traits?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's what makes a relationship beautiful. Like, see, my philosophy is I think women think with both sides of their brain, and men, we only think with the left side. Yeah. So the left side is kind of the dominant side. So the good thing about being in a relationship with somebody who can think with both sides of that brain is they can make you see where you should be vulnerable at. They can actually demonstrate to you how to still be masculine and still be vulnerable at the same time, you know. Because if you think about it now, like when we grew up back in the 90s and stuff, if you was a man, it was kind of weak to say, hey, I love you, or bro, I love you. Like, we never said it. You never said it at all. But now, because we learned that it's okay to be vulnerable, the more vulnerable you are, actually the more masculine you look. So
yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. And it's just being like, you just gotta be you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I agree to that. I think men have a feminine trait and a masculine trait, in the same with women.
Yeah.
So like, talk to me about like the album. I love the title. I love the thought process behind the album, though. But what was the purpose for creating the album, though?
Well, the purpose was, you know, to speak on all matters of relationship. But if you look at the album cover, you can see the album come up there. If you notice, I have a beautiful black woman in the silhouette with the moon inside of her body. So basically, what I was trying to tell people is I was trying to let them connect with it. Like, a black woman is the most beautiful thing, and that's not disrespecting any other race, but like a black woman is like basically the mother of the earth to me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
it's so like from the soul to the root, it starts with a black woman. And
Yeah.
like, if you understand a black woman, you understand a lot. So that's something that I want to push. Plus, I felt like the time when I started creating this project, it was right around with all the social events that just popped off. I started creating it in March, and that's when, you know, the George Floyd and the Ahmaud Patterson and all that stuff just kind of popped off. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to speak on just about, you know, what black men go through, because we go through stuff every day. We've been speaking and speaking, but now we have to speak for the black women. So I was like, and this is my first project, so it's actually just me giving paying dues to like my mother, my grandmother, any black woman I've ever came in contact with, you know.
Yeah.
So
Hey, that's crazy.
it's just a salute to them, you know. So it started. I was built from a black woman, so it's only right that I return, you know, the favor back.
And if we are the original people at the end of the day, and the black woman created all the man and everything because they birthed us, if we the original people, then the black woman, my perspective, is the most powerful being on the earth, on the planet. She created everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying. I understand the title and everything. Golly, that's kind of deep though. Some people, you giving the people a lot, man. That they should be guessing when they purchase the project.
Yeah, and I like the dark colors though. Purple, my favorite color, because it just means royalty and loyalty. But most of the music, when I create music, I create at night, and that's the type of energy that I was trying to bring out. Because I always say people hide who they really are during the day. So I want to release the album where it's out 24 hours, and you're gonna have me 24 hours.
Yeah. Did you produce every record on the album?
I produced, I wrote, I played all the instruments on every song on the album.
And you mixed the master, or you had to take it some?
There's a few that I didn't mix and master, but I've been actually mixing and mastering a lot of them myself now.
That's crazy. I wanted to know that because it seemed like you was hands on with all the creativity. I haven't never seen nobody do that, but the artist Russ, the rapper guy named Russ.
Well, you know, Prince was the first one to ever do his album top to bottom and go platinum. His first album. And you know, I'm inspired by Prince. I love Prince. Prince is a musical genius.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie is another one to do that.
Yeah.
There's like only two other people to do it, but for it to go platinum, and it's not saying that I'm looking to go platinum, but I'm looking to make quality music, something that when people listen to, they're like, man, like his first record, it was just all me.
Yeah, and it was high quality.
Yeah, high quality.
That's what I'm on, man. I don't like when I listen to somebody's stuff. I'll be like, man, that's muffled. This could be this. I just want to enjoy it. That's all I really be wanting to do.
Yeah, because like, you know, you had mentioned that Kanye West, the Power album, was one of your favorite albums on the Two Brother podcast. So when I was checking that out, I said, man, that's kind of funny, because, you know, like I was literally watching the documentary for the making of Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy in the process of creating this album. I basically watched the documentary for all his album. It was him, it was Michael Jackson, it was Raphael Sadiq. These are artists that I drew to create the song, because they actually had music that actually fit the emotion that I was trying to go after.
Yeah. Man, it's them some nothing but quality artists, and they don't want to do nothing but make quality music. Even if you don't like the song, you can't judge the quality of the record.
Yeah, it's like when Kanye West, I was watching that documentary, he was talking about the Power record. He said they literally spent, I think it was 5,000 or 10,000 man hours creating that record. And I was like, wow. So I was like, I understand that, because I spent multiple hours on a lot of these songs, years, and just went back, recut this and recut that.
Yeah, dang, that's crazy, man. Because even though I consider the music that I've made quality, man, it take 15 minutes for me to make a record, but I don't do nothing with the production though. Nothing
Yeah,
at all. I just say the words.
Yeah, it was. Hey, sometimes the best songs come quick. It's to each his own, you know.
Yeah.
I'm real hard on myself, so I'll listen to something. I'll be like, oh, that don't sound right, and I gotta like, if I get chills when I'm correcting a song, if I get chills when I'm correcting it, then I say, okay, it's good to go. Because literally, I had probably about 30, 40 songs for this album, and I said, I put them all on the board. I said, which ones remind me of the color purple? Like the actual visual color purple, because that's how I create. I create off energy. Everything is energy to me.
Yeah.
So I said, which one is going to symbolize that color purple? Because I got a dance record, man. It's bananas, but it don't fit this project, and it might not fit the next project, but it's there when I feel like I need that energy for whatever project I'm creating.
That's crazy. You say you feed off the energy, because I was listening to DJ Quick Talk recently. And Quick was saying that he know how a hit is when it's a hit, because he know how it makes him feel. You know what I mean? He said the energy from it just gives him a boost of energy. So he knows that that's a hit record. He feels it, that it's a hit record.
Exactly. I use the energy to create it. And then if I know it's a go, I'll get my daughter down here and I'll say, hey, listen to this, baby. Tell me what you think. And she'll give me her honest opinion. And I know, like, if it's in the hook or the middle of the course and she walk away and say, oh, that's good, it's not good. If she sit and stay for the whole song and say, hey, Daddy, can you play that again? It's a hit.
Oh, man. Yeah, because the youth, they create the music that's going to be popular.
Yeah, they do.
By what they like. So, who are some of the people, like, that featured on the album that said something besides you, though?
Oh, man, my homeboy Ray Sean, man, he came through. He was one of the first to start the project with me. And I mean, when I said I've been creating for 10 years, like, he literally been in and out both of my studios and just been creating. Ray Sean, shout out to him. He created some stuff. My homeboy Larique. Larique, always, to me, hands down, the greatest musical musician you ever see. This dude is amazing. Just watching him work.
Yeah.
I also did some stuff with a young lady out of Philadelphia. I think we got like 2 or 3 tracks on the album. Her name is Jay Lee. She actually wrote for Chris Brown and Meek Mill. She's real good. I got Trey Fine. Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah. Oh, I can't forget. Last but not least, this is my homeboy. This is my cousin, and he always, his stamp of approval means everything. My cousin Junie.
Yeah.
I got him on there because I wasn't, to be honest with you, it wasn't going to have any cussing on this album. But I was like, you know what? I was like, this track needs it. This is how I'm feeling, so I can't like censor myself.
Yeah. You got to let it out. And so, if you had to put this album in a genre,
it's the Mike McBath genre. If I had to put in the genre, the good thing about it though is something for everybody on here. Like, I got a rock song on here that's just, it's slamming, but it also puts you in the mind, like it got them 808s in it, so it still kind of keep that hip hop element. Like, one thing I can't lose is the hip hop element. Like, I was born in the 90s. I grew up on gangster rap. Like, that's my favorite rapper, Tupac. And Kevin Gates. Tupac and Kevin Gates all day.
Yeah.
I grew up on that, but I also grew up on good music. I remember being a kid and living in Mechanicsville. And my dad, I know you probably remember the block parties they used to have down by Jack's.
Yeah. So speakers just be so big.
Yeah, so I just remember the block parties and all that. And I remember when my daddy and them would get drunk and they would always play music, play cards, you know. And they had that old school music going, like the Gap Band and that Tony. And it was just like, it was real good R&B music. It was all right to tell a woman you love her back then. And like, you wanted to sing to her. Even if you couldn't sing, you wanted to learn how to sing so you could sing to her. So that's also the part of it. The album. So that's, so you can say it fits in that genre. You know, it's
the Mike McBath genre.
Yeah, if I had to give it one of the categories out now, I'm gonna say contemporary R&B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Contemporary R&B.
Yeah.
What does What's I don't know the definition of contemporary.
Well, see, when people think of contemporary R&B, like you got contemporary like pop and all that, you think of it's more like 90s. It's 90s and today, so it's kind of modern. Like like how Jagged Edge is kind of older, but they still can blend in there. Like you'll see a young kid say, "Okay, well, yeah, I can listen to Jagged Edge." So it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say that because it got some of those trap soul elements to it, but it also got some of that soulful writing to it, like that, like the song "Lose Me" with Trevor. Man, it reminded me of En Vogue. It reminded me of En Vogue mixed with Beyonce and the City Girls, because she talking slick shit on there. And my fault. Can I cuss on her?
You can do whatever you want to, my brother.
Okay. So, yeah, she's talking slick shit on there, but she's singing, and the vocals are so damn beautiful, man. The vocals are so damn beautiful. When we were recording the song, I had people over at my crib, and they just sitting in the game room playing. They literally stopped playing and was just sitting at the door listening. And it was like, that's a hit. It was like, that's a hit for real.
Yeah.
And I was giving her like vocal lessons. I was just showing her how to go about it. I said, because my thing is, music is all recycled. That's all it is. Every 10 years, it repeats itself. Yeah. And so you just got to know where you fit in at during those 10 years.
Yeah.
So I tell people, you always get that second go around. You just got to find out where you fit in at. Mm-hmm. So I said, hey, let's bring back the En Vogue era. Mm-hmm. Because she was telling me, she was like, people talking about bringing R&B back. I said, well, it's at that early stage. Let's bring back the En Vogue and the skate era. Mm-hmm. So I was getting her vocal range up through there. And when I say she killed it, man, she killed it.
Yeah.
I want to play you the track, man. Can I play you the track?
Please play me the record. Please play me the record.
Yeah,
I want to hear it.
For you, man.
Okay.
Her vocals are killing me.
You say you be on at 5 it's late into the night. Baby, where you been? You said that you was chillin' with your guys. I gave them up, said you wasn't around on the block late at night. I was creeping by, I see your car, nowhere inside. But you know what? I stupid baby, no. I know who you've been texting lately, though. Baby, you should be coming back. Baby, you should be down.
I got chills right now.
Okay.
This is Ray Sean right here. He killed right here.
You can't be able to do when you just remember. Say you've been missing on me lately, but I've been thinking of I love the time that you wasted. Like staring to face it. Ain't nobody but you, baby, baby. I know why you stressing on me, baby. I told you I was fucking with you. Then you shouldn't think nothing other.
Baby, you should think you're coming back down.
Oh yeah, that's a good record right there. That's a good record. That's a real good record. I can hear that.
It's so dope. You didn't hear the major parts. Like I played the guitar at the end. I'm gonna bring it back up so you hear the guitar play. So this is my guitar solo.
Yeah, please let me hear it.
That's me on the electric guitar. Yeah,
I could hear you hitting that thing too.
Man, we created that record. Like it took us about 10 hours. It took me 30 minutes to make the beat. Mm-hmm. And at first I was sitting here playing keys, and she was telling me about the songs that she was wanting to do.
Yeah.
But the thing about me, when I work with an artist, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a conversation with you, see where you are mentally and emotionally, because you can sing those records better. You sing what's better, what you feel at the moment. So she was telling me about, having a relationship with somebody and, just unbreakable bonds. Like she said, unbreakable bonds, you're addicted to being scorned. So she's telling me about that, and I'm playing, and she's like, I just want to stop. You ain't listening to me. I said, hold on. So I start, okay, it just hiccup. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So I start playing the guitar, bust out the guitar, and she was like, what the hell just happened here? I said, I should just show you how to create music. Like, I had to get inside your mindset. Like, I had to feel the emotions that you were feeling. So I put myself in her shoes. What I actually did is by putting myself in her shoes, I thought about a relationship that I had been through where I was the, not the victim, but the suspect. In other words, where I didn't had a woman holding on and trying to keep her with some unbreakable bonds. So, you know, feed them that like, oh, well, I'll be here forever no matter what, you know.
And that's the title of that record, ain't it?
Yeah, the title of the record is called Lose Me.
Lose Me, yeah.
So, we did that.
Ready for that.
Yeah, man. That record is hot, man. Every time
that beat don't sound like it's too much in it, but it sounds like where everything hitting at is hitting right though.
Exactly. There's literally only 3 instruments in there. It's the guitar, the piano, and some drums, and you know, the percussions. Well, then I got it's kind of like some back pass strings. It's not too much in there. And so this is there's only 2 songs that my vocals are actually on my project, and that's one of them. So when you hear that Lose Me, that's me. Yeah. And so the idea for that, I was stuck in the Timberland mode. You remember on Cry Me a River? When he's you know how Timberland always did his voice, and that trigger right in my head, I was like, okay, let me do it like this. So I brought out the vocal box and just Lose Me, you know.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. So you only on 2 records total.
2 records total. Yeah. And the record that I'm on, and it's like maybe 6 bars that I spit. It's called No Good, and that's a smash. But when I was writing that song, somehow it went away from the way that I was intended in my head to something else, but it's more modern now. When I was writing it, I had wrote it and I had basically played the beat out. I had played the piano, and all I kept singing in my head, I was thinking about the vocals that I had in my head was the guy from Black Street. You remember that part? She's got something in the middle of the song. Pretty brown eyes with the 6. So I had that in my head. So I was like, she's no good to me. She's like a shot of Hennessy. Blurring all my memories, and I hate that she got control. Hey, so I ain't no singer.
That was a hit.
Yes, but I ain't no singer, so I reached out to like 5 different artists. I had Ray Sean hit it first, and he was like, man, I ain't feeling it. I was like, just record it. And so he was like FaceTiming his girl or whatever at the time, and she like, I love that. And he was like, for real? She was like, yeah. So it kind of gave him a little boost to sing it. And he was like, okay. And then I said, let me find this one artist. So I did my research. I always go looking out for artists when I'm getting ready to do my project. So I found this guy, and I sent the record, and he was like, let me change it. So he just kind of like flipped the cadence of it around. And I had flipped the beat around because the drums that I had did, I actually lost the drum track that I did. So I had to go back and play drums again. But by me going back playing them again, I actually made it hip hopper. And so I had the idea for Kanye West in my head again, like when I'm writing my lyrics, because I don't like to rap. I think that's a hard job itself. Like rapping and writing, it's tough because people don't understand. Like it's more than just writing something down, rapping. Like you got to get the cadence, you got to get the feel.
You got to feel it. You got to actually feel what you're saying.
Yeah, so I was like, man, like I'm in my Kanye West mode because I'm like, I can hear Kanye West on it. And that's something that my mentor taught me. He was like, man, anytime you write a song, think about how the artist who you have envisioned on it would sound. So I end up writing a song, and then I was like, okay. The guy sent it back, and I was like, I got to lay the verse down. But I'll play you 10 seconds of it if you don't mind.
Play it, please play it. I want to hear it.
Let me go there.
So good, she's caught up in her ways. Never got the same shit every other day. Pack my bags, or do you want me to stay? Damn, baby, get your boy, just get your break. She's no good to me. Just like a shot of Hennessy. Love it on my memories. I hate that she got control over me. She's no good to me. Just like a shot of Hennessy. Love it on my memories. Got her control, Yeah. I don't really get myself when I'm with you on Monday,
Okay.
He killed it, man. We just.
Hey, how many records gonna be on this project?
Man, listen, it was supposed to be 6. I'm at 12 now.
Oh yeah.
And I shouldn't have been drinking last night because I was sipping wine. And my homeboy, he called me up, and then my mentor, he just moved to Atlanta, so he reached out to me, and I call him my musical mentor, just because like I look up to him musically. Like when I say a musical genius, he's just like a musical genius for real. And he was like, man, I'm trying to do like this bluegrass record. Can you got anything? So I start playing him some stuff. He was like, man, you got some hits. I said, yeah. And so I was like, man, I got this one record. I haven't even put it on my album. Like I just wrote it. Me and Ray Sean wrote it, but we haven't even laid it down or anything. And I was like, I was going to have it on the album, but I feel like I just got too much, and I just want to go ahead and get this out. And he was like, it was like, if you can get it done in a week, get it done and put it on the record. That's how hot it is.
So talk to the people about the release date of the album, and know what I mean, when it's coming out now, because I'm ready for this now.
Yeah, so it's coming out December the 2nd. I slick want to just start releasing tracks I don't think that made the cut. Kind of like when Kanye West did Black Friday.
Yeah, every Friday he released something that did. I would do that, to be honest.
Yeah, because there's so many. So I think I'm gonna do something like that. But yeah, December 2nd is definitely the release date. So I mean, like I'm pushing hard to get everything mixed and mastered. Most of the songs are mixed and mastered. I mixed and mastered "Love You Down" last night, and that's a banger. I know you heard it. I sent that to you.
Yeah.
Man, that one right there. Whew, I play that for everybody. That's like that's the one right there.
And is it gonna be? And you gonna have physical copies and have it streaming on all platforms, or is it you just?
I'm gonna just have it streaming on all platforms.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing the physical copies. I was gonna do a documentary with it, or kind of like a little bio series, like showing the process, because I got some cool videos and stuff from when we was creating. But I didn't want to do too much. I just want to do just enough.
That's what's up. Hey man. It sounds like it's gonna be a dope project. I'm ready to hear it too right now. But that's a good idea, releasing a record every Friday up until the release date.
Yeah, I think I might do that. And it's just all about, like the distribution and stuff. Like I want people to get it. Because a lot of people now, I noticed that a lot of people don't listen to an album all the way through like we used to. I remember. I know you remember this when you used to go to Cat's Music. And they had where you could listen to the album before you bought it.
We'll sit there and listen to the whole album right there.
There, and then buy it.
Yeah, and listen to it for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so that's what I want people to do. Like, I want them to listen to it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm telling you, man, the album fire, like, it's something for everybody. It's something for every type of mood. As far as, like, emotion and love-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about it, I was going to actually come out with a gangster album after this. It was going to be called Boy. Banking on yourself.
Oh, you might need to do that then.
Yeah, but I was like,
yeah. That's wild, man.
I don't know if I got enough for me. As I'm older, it's hard for me to draw back to that rebellious side a little bit.
Yeah. Me too, to be honest with you. So,
it really is.
So, like, who are some of your influences and inspired Michael McBath?
Man, Gamble and Huff, off top, my favorite producers of all time. Every big hit you heard in the 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s almost, it was Gamble and Huff. Like, and just after reading their book, man, I read their book like 4 or 5 times, man. Just the way they create music, like, I think that's the element that a lot of people miss, as far as like artists in general, like especially with the COVID and everything. Like, we don't have that element of like building a family bond behind the album. Like, just remembering where you was and what you were doing when you created this album.
Yes, sir.
And that's real important. So Gamble and Huff, Babyface and L.A. Reid. I read both of their books, watched the documentaries back and forth. Teddy Riley, my number 2 guy. I love Teddy Riley. Like I said, Kanye, Mike, Kevin Gates.
You got a lot of flavor there. That's a whole lot of flavor.
Yeah.
And then what you were saying, like we used to listen to albums all the way through. I'm gonna give you an idea of what I think of what make the youth and the people of this time listen to the album all the way through now. It can't be no more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, bro. I'm looking right now on my playlist. I'm looking through my songs. I got 10 songs in the album, and it's 29 minutes.
Yeah, that's all the youth can stomach. They can't stomach no more than 30 minutes.
Yeah. Man, who you telling? I had a record that was like 6 minutes long, man. I said we gotta make this like 2 minutes somehow.
That's crazy. But you charge more on them platforms when the record long though. I would release a album cut, 2.5 minutes of it, and I would release the 6-minute version as a $5 single.
Yeah, I might do that, man. Or just, to be honest, I might do that. Like, put the album up for a sale, and then like the extended version, give the extended version away free. Like on the back end, like after the album drops, say, hey, look, here's the extended version, and it might not be mixed and mastered. Kind of like what Kendrick Lamar did. What was that? Untitled. You remember that?
Yeah. You're a nice guy giving it away free now.
It's just the extended version. Like you can go to SoundCloud and get it.
Yeah.
And it will be like for a short period of time. So it'll be like a 60 days. You know what I mean?
Because that's the best. Put it up on streaming platforms for $25.99. But don't let me be your manager, guys. People think you crazy if I was the manager.
Yeah, man. I just want people to be like, man, I want people to remember my album the same way that you remember Michael Jackson's Remember the Times. I just want to make good music because good music gonna last, regardless of how old it is. Like you see that now, people still playing records to this day. Like everybody go through a heartbreak every year. Somebody's got their heart broken every year, so they're gonna draw back to that record like they might draw back to a Mariah Carey, We Belong Together. So that's what I'm aiming for.
That We Belong Together, man, that's crazy. That's probably one of the best songs ever.
Ain't it?
Yeah.
And it's the easiest, believe it or not, man, it's the easiest song. The easiest song to play. It ain't nothing but like 3 chords.
Yeah. That's crazy. So it's a question I want to ask you, because I want to ask you this because I want to see where your mind at and what you think about music. But I ain't going to ask you 10 or 20 records. I'm going to ask you just 5.
Okay.
5 must-play records that Mike McBath got to have. 5 must-plays, the best 5 records. If you had to live with 5 records for a week and you couldn't listen to nothing else, what would they be?
Okay, so these are going to be out of order, but I got to have Barry White, Practice What You Preach. I got to have Teddy Riley and Michael Jackson, Do You Remember the Time? I got to have Patti LaBelle, If You Only Knew. Kevin Gates, Arms of a Stranger. And then probably, dang, it's a tough one.
That's too. I didn't give you enough.
Oh no, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. I gotta have a Bobby Brown record in there. Yeah, probably. Don't Be Cruel.
Yeah, Bobby Brown is dope. Let me not say was, because I don't like that word. Bobby Brown remind me of myself without the drugs, but in the process of this album, man, Yeah.
The boy was bad, man. The boy was bad.
Yeah, Bobby Brown was a bad man, man. For real.
Yeah, people got to give it up to him. They don't give it up to him, man. Like all this new like hip hop R&B singer stuff. Bobby created that.
And
he
the
was
80s.
the first one. Yeah, he was the first one to say, "Hey man, put some 808s behind the record." He was like, give me a rough beat so I can sing over it and rap over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bobby was the one who did that. That's why he went 10 times platinum on his first album.
That's crazy. My prerogative.
And you know they did that record in Teddy Riley's bathroom.
I didn't even know that. And Teddy Riley got mega hits.
Yeah, most of his first top 20 hits, his first 20 hits was produced in his bathroom.
Do you watch versus battles?
All the time.
Who won? Babyface, Teddy Riley?
It's hard because I like Babyface. I'm a Teddy Riley man. Like, it really wasn't. I wouldn't take it as a loss. Like, to be honest, because people don't understand. Like, Babyface, that's a beast. Like, Babyface, that's who I kind of strive to be. Like, you can play in any genre. See, people don't realize he played for Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
You know, people don't understand it. Like, Babyface can jump across the board anyway. You go from he played for Eric Clapton to doing a Lil Wayne record, like, and then come back to a Tony Braxton record, and then go to a Kenny G record. Like, come on.
Yeah, he can do it all. He can do
it all,
and he can go bounce to a T.I. record.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then people don't realize the early stuff that Babyface did with the Whispers.
yeah.
People don't realize that. So
and he was even on Wayne album. Just keeping it hip hop too. He was on "Don't Get Too Comfortable." Yeah, and killed it.
Killed it all the way. Yeah, Babyface won that one. But there's no winner or losers in there. Because Teddy Riley,
Babyface won that to me too, though. But Teddy Riley got mega hits, though.
Mega hits, man. I love it, man. I love it like that, man.
Yeah,
it's culture, you know. Think about it though, man. Teddy Riley created his own genre. That's what I want to do. The New Jack Swing is Teddy Riley. He created it. So like both of them bad boys. So
yeah, they both bad. That didn't nobody lose. That was a tie, man.
Yeah,
that was even, man. Both of them they couldn't even play all his 20 hits. That's minimum. That's a CD for them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So, like, how does I be seeing you working out, cooking, eating clean?
Always.
You know what I'm saying? So, how does health play into your creative process? How does health? What does health do for you? Like taking care of yourself.
It means a lot. Like I try to get a workout in every day. I usually try to get up in the morning and work out before I begin any creative process, whether that be work or working on music. It's a big role because the way you treat your body is the way you treat your mind. Like, you know, if you feel like I tell people all the time, if you feel like you look terrible on the outside, that's how you're going to feel on the inside. So I like to go on there and get my cardio in, do a few weights and all that. Like, I haven't had the big muscle, so to me, it's more like just maintaining fitness, staying lean, and being able to be flexible and stuff. You know, so I can move around with the kids. But it's a major role. Like, I don't think if I didn't work out as much as I worked out during this mixing process, I won't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. And it plays the mental part of it because, like, I can go in the gym, release some of the stress there, and come back in with a fresh mind. Sometimes, and I think everybody go through a depression stage. Everybody deals with depression. It's just a matter of how severe it is with certain individuals.
Yeah.
So if I'm depressed, I don't come in the music room because I try to play, but it won't come out because something is on my mind. Something's bothering me down. So I got to get that out, and then I have to create out that energy. And
the best way to get some of that out most of the time is to make a record. Work out. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, work out. Doing some cardio or something can make doing some cardio can make you forget about some things, or it can heal you because it got the blood pumping and the brain working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Help you write better. Yeah. Like, you know, I tell people you ain't got to feel the emotion all the way when you're writing a song, but you got to know what you're talking about when you're writing it. So, like, heal yourself and then just come back and jot down how it made you feel when you were feeling that.
Yeah.
And that's the song.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's good though. So when you was in the process of making this record and it in 2020, because you was releasing at the end of 2020, so with all the stuff going on, Kobe Bryant dying, the coronavirus kicking in, Trump wilding, we having to be quarantined. What's some more crazy stuff? It's so much that happened this year. It's crazy.
Man, I just seen the dude that played James Bond die this morning.
Yeah.
Man, we lost so many people. A lot of great musicians. Man, the killing of innocent black men.
Yeah, George
on
Floyd.
film. Yeah,
and boy from the Black Panther passed away.
Oh yeah, I seen that one too. Yeah,
So
and then
yeah,
and I tell you, and I'll let you finish, but I tell you one thing that 2020 has shown me too. It's letting people starting to be more comfortable being racist too.
That's true.
Like the friends who I got friends who I never thought was racist because they're like, oh yeah, you come on over, like they do everything, but like once they felt like it was comfortable to be racist, they're like, okay, so and then you got individuals who say, well, if I can't be racist publicly, and I just take it like this, they take the rebel flag down and put the Trump flag up now.
Yeah, that's the new rebel flag.
Yeah, that's the new rebel flag.
yeah.
And they fly them together. So like, but yeah, it's been crazy. And Kobe was my dude, man. Kobe, my favorite player of all time.
So all of this stuff going on, and you in your creative bag right now. What did all that stuff going? Did they have any influence on the music?
Not this project. Just basically the cover it did, like the concept of creating the cover. Like I was wanting to stay true to the form of what it is, because like basically this album is a soul album. Like it has a lot of soul, and this is not like really take a shot at anybody, but everybody knows soul music started in the Black community. That's why it's called soul music. Like it was coming from the soul. So that's what this project is. It is a soul album. I got some cuts that you can play in the orchestra, like literally, like where I'm playing 15 different instruments, and you literally thought I played for an orchestra, and they're like those type of ballads that you would in the movie Titanic.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's up.
It didn't fit this element of this album, and it didn't fit the creative energy that I try to put out. Like this is a 70s soul album. This is an album that you could have played in the 70s. That's how good it is. So that's exactly where I feel like that's at.
Yeah. December the 3rd. I'm ready for it, fam.
Yeah, December the 2nd. I think that's a Tuesday.
Oh yeah, December the 2nd. I said the 3rd. I apologize, my brother.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, because for a minute I was like December 7th, and then I was like, that's too long because it was supposed to come out in October, it was supposed to come out in November, and then it's like, okay, no matter what, if no matter what, if the song that I want to put on ain't ready, December 2nd is a go. Everything is going, like, no more keep working on it, because
it got to be a go 3 days for December the 2nd.
Yeah, the cutoff date for me as far as creating and everything is November 20th. Creating and mixing and matching has to be done by then, because I'm really ready to work on this new project, man. And this new project is going to be even doper. Yeah.
I'm ready to hear it. I'm ready to hear it, fam. You got to come back on the show and promote after that. When that come on now.
Oh, you know I am, man. I'm going to come back every year, and the energy will be a lot different. I even might redo my studio because I don't have to have that energy for the new album. I already know the energy that I want for it, and I've been trying to just get my elements together so I can like just dive into it. I always tell people, like, when I do it, I'm doing research. So it's like I'm going back to school. I'm reading books and all that. Like, I sharpen the mind. People don't understand, like, creating music actually makes you more of an intelligent person, because you start like find out stuff you don't know. Like, I know you like that video I shared with you, the Red Summer in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So that's the energy for the next project. So like I'm already started stacking up the energy that I need and the mindset that I need to go into.
Oh, that's what's up. I can't wait to hear that, man, because that what you sent me, that made me want to do a whole show on that, talking about that, to be behind.
Hey, right,
Mm-hmm.
man. I seen that, and I just couldn't. Man, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I was glued to it.
Yeah, yeah. I started doing more research on it. Also
Did you?
myself. Yeah, it's a
And
lot.
it's funny when you see it because, like, when you see like the streets and stuff, you're like, man, I used to run up and down them streets all the time. It's hard to believe that this was like the richest black area, and the way they talk about it, man, it was like, wow. And then just what transpired. So
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. But
yeah,
I
super
got
crazy.
a couple of more questions for you, fam, and you know what I mean. The questions I'm gonna ask you. I know I got my little logo up there, but I gotta do something.
Oh no, you straight. Every I'm here when I'm at work on a Zoom call.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I got two more questions to ask you, and you know what I mean. I appreciate you being on the pod, but
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I want you to promote your handles. Not yet. I want you to promote your handles, but I want you to tell me something like about the creation of this project. What was the crazy story, or something happened, or you know what I mean, or something that was involved in the creative process that's just something that don't normally happen in the creative process.
All right, so my studio, we always call it the therapist lounge, because everybody that comes in here, enter my studio, all they do is they hit in here and they try to bottle their emotions and all of that, but somehow it ends up spilling out, so they either end up crying or pissed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in the middle of creating Rockstar. So we was creating the song Rockstar. And that's a smash. I actually wrote it as a gospel song first. That's the thing about it. And then we just kind of flipped it around. So we doing Rockstar. And my homeboy, he brings his sister over. He's like, because we got to get a girl on it. She needs to sing this part. So he goes in there, he hits the booth, and I'm telling you, it was literally like 10 people in the studio. We all in there, extracurricular activities going on, having fun. Man, everybody in there, he hits the booth, and literally from the top of the song to the end of the song, freestyle, but roll the beat with like cadence and everything. Like, this is the first time I ever seen a record recorded, and it felt like I was on a roller coaster ride the whole entire way through. And everybody just stopped. Now, I thought everybody was just like drugged up or something. I was like, why is everybody stopping? And
they was tripping off that.
Yeah, we just looked and we was like, did you just see what he did? And then his sister came behind him. She did the same thing. Now that came time for the double, she done forgot what she done did. And she don't have the same kind of energy. So they start arguing. They arguing out in front of my house. My neighbors come out and they're like, what's going on? And they just talking. And then the other neighbors, and they all out there. He like, man, she ain't doing this. And he about to fight with her boyfriend and all that. And the neighbor said, can I hear the song? And I just played the song. And the neighbor was like, that's cold. He was like, you played all them instruments? I said, yeah. He was like, wow. But yeah, that's just one of the many crazy stories.
That's crazy that he did the whole thing all the way through,
from top to bottom.
I ain't never heard of that before.
And he rolled it. Like, I'm talking about, like, man, the only time I ever seen something like this is I seen a documentary one time, and it was with Jimi Hendrix, and they were talking about when he was playing Watchtower, which is like his most famous piece. Yeah. And they said when he got in there, just the way he played it, like one time through, and it was like he was so like they was just talking about it was the drugs that he was on that just made him like that. So when he did it, I said, dude, what drug did you take today? I said, what drug did you take today? Because I only seen that once out of all my researching about music. But man, when I say he rolled that beat and it was magic, man. Like, oh man. Yeah, it was magic.
Yeah. And so is that a completed record on this project right now?
It is. It is.
Tell me the title, if you don't mind. Tell me the title of it, my brother.
The title is called Rockstar. Now, it's not mixed and mastered, but it's because I went back and started doing the mix and master. It's the hardest record to mix and master. It's literally took me like 3 or 4 days just to sync everything up, because from the original beat, it has changed a whole lot. Because the original beat, it was just basically all guitar out, heavy guitar out. Now I like to have a little more keys in there, but like the keys just flow so smooth now, and like it's amazing. Like I let him hear it last night too. He was like, man, he was like, I don't know what you did, but man, he was like, every time I come back to you, man, I give you a biscuit and you bring me back a steak.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the whole goal.
Oh, so, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's crazy, man. And we called it Rockstar because like the chorus is like, it's like a woman saying, hey, you know how when they used to refer to the rock stars back in the 80s and 90s as being gigolos and all that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's basically what it's talking about. She's like, she say, I'm something like a rock star. She gave me her heart and I tore it apart. And she said, I'm something like a monster. Hey, with no regards for your love. Hey, boy, did he kill it, man.
He didn't double it or nothing.
Oh, he quadrupled it. We recorded the song after he did it one take. We recorded it 4 different times. Because I kept changing the intro up. Like, I'm big on that. Like, I'm like, if it don't hit in that first 5-10 seconds, then it ain't gonna jump. It ain't gonna jump. It ain't gonna jump.
Yeah.
And
right when you come on.
Yeah. And if I get in my car and I'm like, man, I ain't got the same feeling I had in the studio, then I'm gonna go back and change it. Like I literally, like I mentioned, Kanye West had 10,000 man hours. That I probably done put 12 in it.
That's crazy. That's a lot of hours.
A lot.
It's a year almost, ain't it? No.
Yeah. I told you some of these songs I've been pulling back from like 10 years, man, just revamping them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So right up above my head right there, I got your Instagram handle with my finger on there.
That's correct, yeah.
And that's how folks can link up with you on Instagram. But
yeah, you're gonna find
YouTube or whatever. Talk to them how they link up with you.
Yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram, when I get ready to start my YouTube channel, because basically everything for me is a start from scratch. Like what you knew of me musically before and what you know me before, you don't really know me now because I'm a different person. Like Jay-Z said, what he said on to the next one, he was like, people say something about the old Jay-Z, then go buy my old album. Yeah. That's where it's at. Like, I'm just new. Like, I'm brand new. I'm blanket. I'm fresh. So when I start that new YouTube channel, I'll definitely post like a full screen or something so you guys can get that content. Just keep following me on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Jeff Strongman. And I do that just because I don't like to put my personal life out on any social media. I don't do my personal life. So my personal life go on my records. So that's the only way you're gonna get to know what's going on in my life.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. Other than that, I just try to keep it smiling because I tell people, man, you pay for your laughs and stress is free. So when you follow me on Facebook, you'll see nothing but laughter and stuff like that. Now I let my political views be known as far as like what I think about the way that society's going right now, and it would be stupid for me not to speak on it as a black man who has received injustice before, just to keep my mouth closed so I can't. So I speak about that. I do a lot of community work. I'm always out in the community, whether it be coaching football or whether it be going to some kind of just function, fundraiser, or help putting something together so we can get some stuff moving in certain communities, certain areas.
Yes, sir.
Whatever. I mean, I'm not just for one community. I'm not just for the black. I'm not just for the white. I speak for the oppressed. So if you're oppressed, I don't look at your skin color. I don't look at your sexual preference or anything. If you're oppressed, I'm speaking for you.
Yeah, that's
because
what's
you got to have the freedom that everybody has. So.
And we all human beings at the end of the day. It really ain't no race. That's the original race.
Exactly.
Race. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Hey, but my brother, you welcome on the podcast anytime. You got to come back for part 2.
Oh, man, I would love to come back for part 2.
December the 2nd, I'm looking for that album. I need the link ASAP, fam.
Yeah. I got a pre-mix up on Apple right now. Well, it's in my share playlist. I share it with you, but it's a pre-mix of the album where most of the songs are not mixed and mastered. But just to give you a vibe of where we going with this project.
Okay. Hey, have a blessed day, my brother.
Hey, you
appreciate
too.
you being on the show. Salute,
man, I
family.
appreciate it.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you have a safe one.
Yeah, you too.